Rainbow Six Siege is a game that at one point I loved so much, and honestly I would just be so happy to jump right into a game with all my friends. But over time this game deteriorated because of one main reason, and that reason is due to stale, repetitive improvement. The first time I played this game was around 2017, and this was because my friends wanted me to buy this game whilst we were waiting in anticipation for Destiny 2 to come out. During the first 2 weeks of me ever playing this game, I was having a ton of fun and honestly only stopped playing because Destiny came out. But once we realised Destiny really was not the game that we were wanting to play, at least after about a month, because the game was very stale, didn't have much endgame content at the end. We then made our transition back to Rainbow Six Siege, and honestly it was great fun. We were all enjoying it for a good few months. Now it wasn't until 2018 where I got the game on PC, and honestly I fell in love with it so much more than I did on console. One of the most fun parts of it, if I'm being honest, was me getting the game, primarily because what I did was I completely ditched CSGO. I was really enjoying CSGO, but I was like, no, I need something new to play, and honestly Rainbow Six looks really fun on PC, so I went to sell all of my CSGO skins. And with that, I sold them for about £125 overall. Yes, it wasn't as much as I could have got. I still had some left that were worth a decent amount of money, so I kept them just for future time's sake, which I did end up using on Siege. But yeah, with £125, I bought Rainbow Six, the game, and as well, all of the season passes that were available at the time, and just jumped straight in and had so much fun. During this time as well, I made my way up to Plat 3, which was really great fun. I was only 2 points in, so I'm not going to make it out as if I was like some legendary player. I was only 2 points in. I'd love to play Siege again, get really into it, and get to that point and actually be really good at the game once again. It's probably not going to happen. That's if I do decide to play the game again. But yes, I got to Plat 3, and honestly I was really enjoying my time with it, until, to be honest, the game's community kind of started taking a dip and became a bit more toxic. Honestly, the game's lack of evolution just kind of made everything crumble around it. However, by the time Maverick and Clash joined the ranks, I found myself just not enjoying the game anymore. And this was something that I found across the board with all of my friends as well. It wasn't just me. We all took a step back from playing this game, and overall we were just not enjoying it, and honestly we didn't know what the cause issue was. Well, I honestly think, now looking back on it, I think the reason why Siege fell off for me and my friends was due to the lack of big changes this game was offering, and the fact that we were just getting new operators that honestly did the same job as previous ones, just better, so it made the old ones obsolete. To be honest though, one of the questions that I do have for myself is what could bring Siege back to the point where I loved it and so did all my friends. I think one of the first steps of doing this is lowering the amount of characters in the game. If they want to keep adding new characters, that's great, go for it 100%, but maybe take some of the old ones out. However, what I think is actually best to do in those scenarios is remove a load of the characters so you have less characters to choose from. However, you can re-add them into the game later on. So for example, if you want to have one main operator as your lead character in this season pass or in this DLC that they're offering, then have that character. But for example, let's say they took Ashe out of the game, they then bring her back in and then give her all of these new upgrades that, you know, she's all got throughout this entire time of being away from the game, all this sort of thing. I think that would actually make the game a little bit more fun because it kind of keeps the old characters in the new and doesn't always just leave them behind like this game has done before. Personally though, one of the issues that I do have with this game is the amount of characters. I feel like I'm playing Overwatch, just more realistic. I did enjoy Overwatch when it first came out, however I can't play the game now. I think there's way too many characters to play, and honestly the moment you have too many characters, the game just feels overwhelming to a lot of players. And I found that honestly having more restricted character choice is more fun overall. Having a ton of options makes the player have to play the game way too much for what is actually required to learn these characters. And the reason for that is because when you have 60 plus characters to choose from, you don't know which one is going to be your favorite. You don't know which one you're actually going to enjoy. And because of that, you end up in this like kind of basically analysis paralysis where you don't know what option to choose. You don't know who to go with. And if you want to try out everyone, it takes so many hours worth of playing the game, like an obscene amount, to even get to grips of which character you enjoy, the playstyle, all that sort of thing. So personally, I do think they would need to lower the amount of characters. And honestly, that is the other area of this game where it does really struggle, and that is, do they cater to the hardcore fan base of Siege, or do they cater to the wide public? And honestly, I would say they need to try and meet in the middle somewhat. Obviously, keep the players who are playing your game happy, but you want to make it inviting for new players. Nobody wants to go and play Siege anymore, or at least wants to try out this game that's old at this point. It's an old game. Nobody wants to try it out, and the reason for that is because there is so much just kind of, I would say, negativity around Siege for the player base at this point. but also how much you need to learn to get into Siege is obscene. But this game decided to double down on actually following its core fan base, and I'd say that is what got this game to this point where there are so many characters that, yes, if you've been playing the game over and over, it doesn't feel like there's a lot of characters, because guess what? You've been playing whilst they've all been getting released, so it's been such a slow evolution. But for the average person joining, when you have 60, I think 3 or 64 characters to choose from now, it is obscene. You don't need that many, and it's honestly something that just doesn't need to be there. And honestly, this was this game's downfall, was the fact that they were trying to cater to their core audience, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. However, because of the lack of updates, even a lot of the core fan base, which me and my friends were a part of, we loved Siege so much. We played it for like a year and a half straight. And then I played it on PC and played it for like a whole year straight. It isn't like we're just the average player joining into a games community and all this sort of thing. We played it for a very long period of time. And it is the case that we lost touch with the game because there was just lack of change. There wasn't enough going on to actually keep us interested in wanting to play this game. And then because they weren't doing anything to kind of get the new players into Siege, besides giving it a free weekend every now and again, like, wow, who cares? Like, because of those things, it basically made this game's player base lose faith in the game itself. I'd love this game to be back on top once again, however I can't see that happening anytime soon because of what they've done already with Rainbow Six Extraction. I believe Rainbow Six Extraction should have been something that came out with the game instead, or at least came out as part of Rainbow Six Siege, and they should have added a story mode as well. Make the characters that you're adding have an actual story that comes out with it, add some background so that everyone can get behind it. Don't make it something that a casual player base is too scared to join. I feel like they could make everyone happy here, at least most people. Not every single person obviously, but I think you could get there in the end. Anyway, with that all being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to be moving house soon, so I might play Rainbow Six on stream or something like that if we have better Wi-Fi anyway. I've been told there's fiber, so hopefully. Currently, I can't really stream or anything like that, so I might be able to in the new house. So if I can, I will, and I will stream Rainbow Six just to give it a fair shot again. I will stream a lot more of the games that I do as critiques and that sort of thing, so that it's actually an enjoyable experience for everyone else as well. But yeah, with that all being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like, do subscribe to see more content like this on the channel. I upload anything I want on Wednesdays, I upload gaming content on Fridays, and I upload a gaming critique every single month, or at least I try to anyway. So yeah, with that all being said, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one.